for, the average African American will have 0 to negative wealth, when the average Caucasian will have $150,000 or more. Okay.
Yeah.
So if studies are showing that we will have 0 to negative wealth, but we look like wealth, where are we messing up at? What is the problem?
Ownership. Ownership of your own, and ownership in helping people have ownership. There's got to be more teachers out there. There's got to be more teachers and more examples, right, of ownership and what it looks like, what it truly looks like, right? Because like you said, you can have a company, there can be a bunch of black people running around the stage and running around the courts, but if you don't own nothing, but everybody else got a Benz on the court,
Exactly.
right? The owner might have nothing but a beat up wagon, but he's a billionaire. But it's teaching, right? You have to be that teacher, that example.
But I guess my question is, ownership doesn't stop you from saving what your income is. We're not even saving what we're making.
Right.
So studies show that the average Caucasian drives a Ford F-150. Then the average African American who makes in between $50,000 and $60,000 drives a Mercedes. So I guess my question is for us, while yes, we don't own a lot, with the income that we do have, why is it that in the next 20 years, we will not have wealth?
I mean, black people, it just goes back to the fact that black people rather look like they have money than actually have money. And if you want to,
I don't want to look
now
like
listen,
that.
now listen. I say that to say this. Now look, listen. I say that to say this. Look at Jay-Z. Let's look at Jay-Z.
Turn my chair around on this one, brother.
Let's look at Jay-Z real quick. This and I want to bring, and I was gonna bring it up with an example.
I'm listening.
Come on, brother.
Jay-Z, when he first got into the rap game, and you can look at yourself on the internet. Man was worth, I think, like,
I was there, so I'm
he was worth about $100,000.
I just shared that. I shared that 2 days ago.
The chain,
4x chain.
I don't know how much money and jewelry he had on him. Jay-Z worth a bill was wearing just
A black t-shirt.
a black t-shirt and all that. Like that. So that's the point I'm trying to
That's
make.
deceptive. That's deceptive.
He's
That's
50 now.
deceptive.
He's not gonna wear
I understand
Still
that.
deceptive. I guarantee you. I guarantee you the Hugo
he's
he
not
had on was
selling an
500K.
image.
But I'm just
not
saying,
showing
like,
guarantee
you the
but I'm
Hugo
just
was
saying, like, the
500K.
flashiness, like the fact that we feel like we gotta, wear all the chains, the grills, all this stuff to show that you have money and have wealth.
When a brother used to get a dime, he'll go out and get a flashy suit and take his old lady out to the club. I mean, that's just what it was.
Yeah.
If you don't make a lot of money, if you don't have a lot, when you get that little check, you're going to go out there and try to do what you can do and stretch it and try to have a good time and show people, hey, I got a job. This is what I'm doing.
Okay, so why do
But
we have to feel like we have to show people that? Because
Because-
to his point, he was asking about saving, right?
It's
Like-
it's a mentality shift.
I agree.
The thing that's coming to my head goes down to fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Where did that even come from?
No idea.
And if you could trace where fake it till you make it even came from and realize the mentality that even is, that maybe you wouldn't even do that. And I think that that's what it all boils down to. We have been brainwashed into believing that we have to look a certain part to be allowed to come into the conversation and be inside of the room.
And be accepted.
Yeah. But if everything that we've said is true,
Yeah.
if everything, all things are being equal, are true, then we have a right to be in the room anyway.
Regardless, exactly.
And I think that's
So
But that's
then-
us saying that about us. I have to dress conservatively at work. I have to wear business suits. I have to have my nails a certain way, my hair a certain way. On the weekend, I wear a baseball cap turned backwards. Sweatsuits, Jordans. And I'm perceived very differently. It's night and day.
Yeah.
I can go to Nordstrom's on the weekend, just killing time. And if I'm dressed in my weekend attire, I'm perceived a certain way. I can go to Nordstrom's after work, dressed like I'm dressed now after work. I'm perceived a completely different way. I'm the same person.
100%.
It doesn't. So I get that having to do what you have to do. That's almost a work uniform. You got to do that. You work at Chick-fil-A, you got to wear a red polo.
Yeah.
That's a work uniform. It does not have to be that way. And that's why I said earlier that victimization can come in many different forms. And to his point, we kind of learn to deal with it. We learn to deal with it. You know, I've been followed around the store and I stopped and turned around. And I said, I'm not going to put anything in here in my Tory Burch bag. And I look at her, you know, because it's like, I'm not going to steal anything. You know, you're perceiving me on an outward appearance just because I'm not dressed a certain way, and it's unfair, you know, and it's really unfair.
Yeah.
Studies are showing that nearly 50% of us cannot afford to pay cash for a $400 emergency. But yet, I guarantee the same person owns 2 pair of Jordans that is worth $500.
Not all the time.
Is it also like, is it
don't
also
like
make a
Jordans,
difference
so-
that, I mean, we get paid, black people in general, we get paid about
Yeah.
25% less for the same position as a white male, as a white counterpart.
Valid
That
point.
has to be like, it's hard to bridge that gap.
Yeah, but he just finished saying we were the needle of the culture, so we set that.
We set the culture. Yeah, we we buy Jordan, but the white guy owns Michael Jordan. Like, he owns the Jordan brand, so how can we catch up to that? You know, I was saying we get paid 25% less for doing the exact same job.
But if our spending habits are the way that they are, what does it matter what you getting paid?
Exactly.
that
That's
was
the
your point.
point.
Like,
That's the
literally.
point.
It really
You're saying
doesn't
we're not
matter.
saving the money we're making.
It don't matter.
Being fiscally, financially responsible and understanding what that actually means is huge, right? If you're not taught it, don't understand it, didn't go to school for it, you'll never know it. So to your point, and you're going to be in the negative, not have money in comparison in 2054, being fiscally irresponsible, right? Not knowing how to invest properly, not knowing what to do with that dollar that you got. You know, I used to, well, I was kind of raised when I was the youngster, and I started in the cooking industry. I was raised by an Italian family. And the gentleman always told me, you know, the father always told me, you take that dollar, you spit on it. You put it in the bank and don't look at it until you get enough to invest it, reinvest it. Don't put it in your pocket. If you walk around in your pocket, you're going to spend it. That was something he always told me as a youngster, right? And then come from my father, it came from the gentleman I worked for.